Student, how are you and how you doing? So we talk about parts of an ecosystem today during the Zoom, and some students couldn't join the Zoom, so just watch the video about part of an ecosystem in your book in what page 206. Now let's go about the information. All right, okay. We have what? We have living things and not living things, and they are part of what? An ecosystems, which means that what? We have living things and not living things in the ecosystem. And what is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is where when living things and non living things can what? Act together and have a relationship together. So ecosystem can be hot like the desert, it can be dry also like the desert, it can be wet like the wetland, okay? And don't forget that the living things also need non-living things to live. Like the plant need sun, soil, water to grow. Also, some animals eat other animals to live, and we have example of the dragonflies that eat other insects. Okay, we also have the bee that eat the fish in the water. So some animals have to eat other animals to live. Okay, now let's go to where we have a forest and not know about the forest. So a forest is an ecosystem. Why is it an ecosystem? Why? Because in the forest we have both living things and not living things in the forest. We have living things, we have the trees, we have the birds, we have the animals, we have the insects as living things in the forest. We also have what? Not living things. We have the soil, we have the water, we have the air, and we have the sunlight. And they all have a relationship together. They all help themselves. Like the plants need the water, need the soil, sunlight to grow. Or also the animals use the trees for shelter. When we have too much sunlight, the animals would use the tree as what? Shelter, like a shade, to protect them from too much of sunlight. Now let's look at some animals and how they interact together. So these animals in the wetland, and I said that a wetland is a place covered with water and grasses. A wetland is a place covered with water and grasses, and some animals live in the wetland. We have the snake. This is the snake here, and the snake is eating the fish, and they live where? In the water. So water is non-living thing, fish living thing, snake living thing, grasses. Can you see the grasses? Okay, living thing also too. And we have the egret. The egret is always eating fish and frog also too. Can you see the egret? And look at the alligator. And they always live in the wetland, and they all have a relationship. And the wetland also what? The grass or the plants in the wetland need water, soil, and sunlight to grow. Okay, so let's look at the last slide. What does wetland need? Wetland need not living things to grow. They need the sun, the air, and water so that the living things can feed in the wetland. So that's all about the lesson. If you want me to explain again, I'm always here for you. Have a nice day and bye.